Hi, everybody. My name is Greg Hancock, and along with my Guinness-loving friend Patrick Curran, we make up Quantitude. We're a podcast dedicated to all things quantitative, ranging from the relevant to the completely irrelevant. In today's episode, we magically find ourselves at trivia night in the Rusty Mackerel pub in Ireland, where a secret celebrity trivia master puts us on the spot to test our knowledge of statistics and statisticians. Along the way, we also mention St. Paprikash, No Backstory, Hooker, Oklahoma, the Karate Kid 2 soundtrack, The Fourth Wall, Magically Delicious, Tao or Taw, Taco Inception, TED 2, the ESPN Curse, 4.1% alcohol, lightning rounds, doohickeys, Never Belgium, and the Rev. We hope you enjoy today's episode. Obviously, you know what day it is today.
It is St. Patrick's Day. Thank you for pointing out my patron saint to me. I appreciate that. There must be some Hungarian saint that you have as a namesake yourself. I don't know what it is. St. Paprikash?
Very nice. Is this something that you and your family usually celebrate together? Do you have any traditions or anything that you're going to do?
Yeah, it's fun. We'll celebrate it, but we don't have a big annual thing we do each year.
So then if I stole you for a little while, that would be okay?
Yeah, Andrea's at work, kids are at college. I got nothing but time until I die. But yeah.
Lucky me. All right.
Wait. The last time you did this to me with one of your surprise trips, you took me to an indoor parachute place when my arm was dangling by a sinew pre-shoulder surgery.
It was indoor skydiving. All you had to do was literally float on air. But you're like, oh.
With my arms out.
It doesn't seem that important.
To you. So I'm a little cautious about what's happening here.
Nope. I'm going to take you somewhere. I just need you to close your eyes.
Oh, damn.
Come on.
Fool me once.
Work with me here.
Shame on you.
Close your eyes.
Fine.
You ready?
Yes.
3, 2, 1. Look where we are.
Dude, are we standing outside the Rusty Mackerel?
The Rusty Mackerel in, is it Teelin?
Teelin, Ireland. It's in County Donegal. It's where my family is from. I have been to the Rusty Mackerel multiple times. Hey, quick question.
Yeah.
At this point in the episode, don't we usually have some kind of backstory of how we got here? Because this kind of seems a little low budget.
Okay. I have a stack of midterms. I have a lesson that I have no time for backstory. Just, can you go with me on this one?
I've been carrying midterms in my backpack for 2 weeks. I'm totally with you on this one. So, we are at the Rusty Mackerel in Teelin, Ireland. Let's go get a Guinness in celebration of St. Patrick's Day.
That sounds like a great idea. Ooh, what's going on here?
Oh, dude, it's like pub trivia night tonight. Check it out.
I love trivia. Did you know, by the way...
Is this a trivia question? I love trivia. Did you know?
Okay, fine. How many years in a row did my trivia team win the school trivia competition? Huh? 4, baby. This year we lost on the very last question because our team didn't know that Hooker is a town in Oklahoma. That was the final question. Did you know Hooker is a town in Oklahoma?
I know a hooker in Oklahoma, but I didn't know it was a town.
It's very different. It's a location, not a vocation.
Oh. Those words are so close.
All right, well, let's have a seat. I'll get you a Guinness, I assume.
I would like a Guinness, please.
Can we get 2 Guinnesses, please?
Holy crap. Is that Liam Neeson? What the hell is Liam Neeson doing in Teelin? Huh, okay. Now, again, if we didn't have those midterms, there'd probably be more of a backstory here, but...
I'm sure. Go with it, people. Go with it.
Liam Neeson?
Wow.
I'd like to welcome everyone to the Rusty Mackerel Trivia Night. I am delighted to be your host for an evening of quizzical fun as we... Hang on, is that who I think it is?
Dude, is he pointing to us?
Ladies and gentlemen, it would appear we have some minor celebrities in the house this evening. The hosts of Quantitude.
Oh, dude, does this mean we're not getting World War II or Churchill questions? Because I gotta tell you, outside of the Hooker in Oklahoma, if it's not about World War II or Winston Churchill, I don't know any other trivia.
You're out. 80s movie soundtracks? I think I got that covered.
So I have World War II and Churchill, and you have Pretty in Pink. That's what you're saying.
Well, I specialize more in the Karate Kid 2 soundtrack.
not one.
Not one.
But
No,
two.
no.
Okay, wow. We're a shoo-in for this one.
It's my understanding that every year these two dancing monkeys have a so-called pop quiz episode where they completely mangle basic statistical concepts. Well, tonight we're going to have Irish pub quiz and put these boys on the spot.
Dude, is it just me? He seems seriously mad at us.
Did we offend him in some way?
How did we offend Liam Neeson?
He's acting like we used to be married or something. A lot more of his very special set of skills.
Oh my God. You just said that line. It reminded me. Didn't you do Jiffy saying those lines?
What do you mean I did Jiffy? You mean didn't Jiffy do Jiffy saying those lines?
Oh yeah. Gotta protect that fourth wall. Okay. Maybe it was when Jiffy said his movie line.
I have a very particular set of skills. Skills I have acquired over a long career. Skills that make me a nightmare for people like them.
But why would he be that pissed? I don't know.
I'm not sure.
Gentlemen, get settled in, because we are going to see how much you really know. Here's how it's going to work. I will alternate asking each of you 3 questions. You will have 60 seconds to regale us all with your brilliance. I will start with the one whose parents saw fit to sully the good name of our dear celebrated saint. Are you ready?
No.
I'm setting my timer. 1 minute.
Oh, shit, Hancock. The only reason people think I know anything about quant is I have Wikipedia open on my monitor when we record.
Shh, don't give it away.
Your topic is sensitivity, specificity, PPV, and NPV. Go.
Oh, shit. We did an episode on this. Okay, they're conditional probabilities. You have a condition that you don't know. You either have it or you don't. You have some kind of test that indicates that you have it or you don't. All right. Oh, God, how do I keep these straight? Sensitivity. The probability that you're going to get a positive on the test given you have the condition. So it's like a COVID test. Sensitivity. Specificity, it's specific to that outcome. You get a negative on the test if you don't have the condition. But nobody cares about that. Nobody cares about those 2 probabilities because you get you get a positive. You don't want to know if you're going to score positive if you have the condition. You want to know if you have the condition given you scored positive. It was my kid in the driveway on Christmas Eve. So PPV is the probability you have the condition given that you tested positive. NPV is the probability you do not have the condition given you tested negative.
5 seconds left.
And that's it. Ta-da, ta-da.
They're magically delicious.
Oh my God.
Really?
Okay, first, I think I got that right, and I will tell you, there is only one reason I gave a lecture on this in my undergrad class a week ago.
Okay.
Had he asked me this question a week ago, I would have pretended to have a stroke and need to go see a medical professional.
I thought your answer was, uncharacteristically good. Honestly.
Well, I have to admit, I love this topic because a lot of things that we teach are kind of more esoteric. This is one of those things that's everyday life.
Yep.
You take a COVID test and it's positive. Do you have COVID or not? I mean, that literally is sensitivity, specificity, positive predictive value, negative predictive value. And one of my favorite episodes we did was on this with COVID, and my kid got the positive rapid test.
Yeah.
And it is 98% accurate, but we did back of the envelope calculations and figure out they had maybe a 10 or 15% chance of actually having COVID on a 98%. But you know what? This is kind of cool. A week ago in my class, I'm teaching an advanced undergrad class in quant psych. And a week ago, I pulled up in class and the New York Times had a study where they used a bunch of LLMs to generate fake pictures. And then they used a bunch of detection software to say if a picture was fake or real. Ooh. And they had real pictures and AI pictures. Mm-hmm. And then they tested, was it identified as real or was it identified as AI? And it's exactly this.
Totally is.
And what was really cool is the programs are exceptionally good at identifying real photos. So there was near 100% that if it said the photo was real, that it actually was real, but it had less than 50% on identifying if it was fake.
Ooh.
So it's really cool to think about these probabilities.
Yeah.
Anyway, okay.
That was good. I'm surprised.
Quick question for you.
Yep.
It's magically delicious? Like, can he say that?
I didn't know that was a real thing here.
I'm not sure the theme from Lucky Charms is appropriate here.
I don't think we're going to tell Liam Neeson what's appropriate.
All right, it's the other guy's turn. Your topic is tau equivalence. Begin.
Is it actually tau or is it taw? I never know exactly how to say it.
5
tau
seconds.
Or taw. Okay. Because I had a Greek guy sit in the back of my class one time, and every time I pronounced a Greek letter, he corrected me from the back.
14 seconds.
Tau equivalence. When we create a scale consisting of a whole bunch of items, we like to think of those items as loading on the same factor. Otherwise, why would we develop the scale to be able to measure that thing? Well, tau equivalence says that truth, which is tau, contributes to each of those items to the exact same degree. In factor analysis, that's like saying all of the items have the same loadings. But the error variances for those items are allowed to be different. So tau equivalence means that you've got the same contribution from the underlying construct in all of your scale items, but the error variances are different. And that is something that is assumed in Chromebox Alpha. It's also something that is highly, highly unrealistic. Having a congeneric system might make a lot more sense.
Magically delicious.
I thought that was pretty good.
Which is part of the problem.
I was accurate.
Took 25% of your time talking about how to pronounce tau or taw.
Well, which is it?
And then told a story. You actually told a story within your 60 seconds. We've done pop quizzes for half a dozen years.
Yep.
Never in a pop quiz has one of us fit an actual story into the response. You get an attaboy for that alone.
Thank you. Can I function under pressure or what? Yeah, it's true, though. I did have a graduate student in the back of my class from Greece, and every time I would say something like, and this is the beta parameter, he'd be in the back and he'd go, beta. Or whatever, It was a little unnerving, maybe not want to use the Greek symbols at all. But just to elaborate, when we talk about the development of a scale, we obviously want to have those scale items measuring the same construct, but we might make different assumptions about how well those things relate to that construct, differentially or similarly. And we talk about having parallel sets of items, which is completely unrealistic. Parallel items are items that all load on the underlying factor to the same degree and all have the exact same error variance. When would that ever happen? Tau equivalence softens that by allowing the items to have different error variances, but still very restrictive that all of the items have to load on the underlying construct to the same degree, which is to say that the factor contributes equally to every single scale item that you have. Very unrealistic, I would say. But then a congeneric system just says, hey, all the items can load on the factor however they want. And when we think about assessing the reliability of a simple sum scale, which we do with a variety of different indices, Chromebox Alpha assumes tau equivalence, which is not super realistic. McDonald's Omega assumes just a congeneric system. So it's nice to know the differences among those, but more specifically, what assumptions are baked into the measures of reliability that you use. So it's a good topic.
It is, but is it just me or is Liam glaring at us?
It's not just you, I assure you.
Sorry, it's his show.
So I got to tell you, Hancock, I think we've gotten away with one so far because the only reason I knew my answer was I had lectured about it a week ago. Uh-huh. And if you ask me even a week from now, I would have had a 1 in 4 chance of getting each one right. And yours is in the wheelhouse because you do so much work on this area. So I feel a little lucky so far. All right, not charmed with Lucky Charm, but I'm actually feeling better about this. I don't understand why he's so angry, but we can do this, Hancock.
Fine. See how you handle this one, funny boy. False discovery rate. Go.
Oh, crap. Okay. Alpha of 05, there's a 5% chance of incorrectly rejecting the null hypothesis. That only holds for one test. When you do more than one test, taken each at that level of alpha, whatever it is, your family-wise rate goes up. That is at least one of your groups of tests. So if you have 2 tests, I don't know, it's like 8 or 9%. You have 10 tests, it's something like 30 or 40%. So we do alpha correction, like a Bonferroni or Chaffee, but that's like Thor's hammer. It's scorched earth. It's really, really conservative, and it lowers your power. And false discovery rate says, you guys are a bunch of boneheads. You can only make a type 1 error on p-values that are less than that are less than 0.5. You line them up small to large and drop a line in, and that's the false discovery rate.
Lucky Charms, they're magically delicious.
Oh, dude,
You butchered. I'm sorry. I mean,
oh, man.
If you had more time, you were building up to it, but you didn't really deliver.
Okay. That was a train wreck.
You should have told a story for 25% of the time on that one.
Dude, there's so much in that. How do you do that in 60 seconds? Because you got to set up family-wise, and then you got to set up the oh, jeez.
Go ahead, atone for it. If you'd had more time, what would you have said?
So it is really cool. There's a really nice logic is if you think about it, you literally can only make a type 1 error if you say a test is significant, right? As a type 1 error is that you reject the null when the null is actually true. So what that means is you say there's an effect when there's not really an effect. But when you do like old school Chaffee, Bonferroni, LSD, there are a whole bunch of these, you do it on the entire set of tests.
Right.
Even those that you would not reject anyway. Because it's said if you do 10 tests, it's on 10. If it's on 20 tests, you do it on 20. And it's independent of the p-value that you have for each test. If you have 20 tests, you apply Bonferroni, you have a new alpha, and that's the new alpha that you use. And the false discovery rate has a really nice logic to it. It says, okay, look, you can only have a type 1 error if you reject a test. So instead of considering all the tests, we're going to consider the ones that you would potentially reject. And of those, we're going to try to minimize the ratio of those that are false. That's the false discovery rate. The big developer, and of course there are a whole bunch. I don't have anything in front of me because, well, we're in a pub in Teelin, and it's also a pop quiz. But there's Benjamini Hochberg, which I'm probably mispronouncing both of their names, and I apologize. But it's like hardcore math stat to derive these things.
I like the logic of it because I think oftentimes when we talk about controlling an error rate, our intuition is to think in terms of false discovery rates, even if we don't know it. It's much more meaningful, I think, than family-wise error rate, controlling the probability of making at least one type 1 error. So it's much more intuitive. One of the irritating things is that it forces me to ignore all of the things that I worked so hard to learn. So like you said, Tukey's test and Fisher's LSD and Chaffee, all of those things take a very specific perspective, that family-wise error rate or experiment-wise error rate, and this doesn't do that. This looks at it in a very different manner. But I think it's a very smart and intuitive way to think about controlling your error rate. So I like it.
Oh my God, how long are you going to keep blathering on?
Okay, I'm going to challenge you. I don't know what he's going to ask you.
Yep.
I challenge you to fit 2 stories in your answer.
You're just stalling.
All right.
Your topic is the relations among distributions, the z, t, chi-square, and f. Go.
All right, this ties back to what like our zombie distribution
zombie!
episode
I love that
or whatever,
one.
Right? Which is not what Z stands for in Z distribution or Z distribution. Like when I'm lecturing in Canada, I have to call it a Z distribution. But anyway, so the Z distribution, we think about Z scores as having in the numerator some statistical information, and in the denominator we have some parameter that we're comparing it against. When we don't have parameter information in the denominator, then we get a T distribution because it's only sample based. Chi-square is like a sum of a bunch of z-squares, which means it's got a sum of a bunch of sample information in the numerator, and in the denominator it has parameter information. So it's a ratio of sample information to parameter information, and it gets used, for example, for it gets used for testing a whole bunch of stuff. The F distribution has sample information in the numerator and sample information in the denominator. So F is to the chi-square as T is to the Z, and F is named after Fisher, but it wasn't really Fisher's distribution. It was Cochrane who figured it out.
So a couple of things. First, you are a good friend because you made me feel a little bit better about my false discovery rate response. So
You're welcome.
I appreciate that. Not a lot of people would do that so publicly.
Happy St. Patrick's Day.
Second, almost to the second, you took 25% of your time talking about nonsense. It was 15 seconds that you were talking about Canada. So not a story, but okay. And then, yeah, as my daughter would say, that was a choice.
I think the Guinness is getting to me. That's what I'm a lightweight.
Is there anything that you would like to either clarify or expand upon about your entire response? Anything at all?
I mean...
Anything.
I think everything I said is accurate, just not necessarily informative.
Or connected?
No, it is.
You never did the patient zero zombie bitey thing. Is all you did was just like randomly list distributions.
No, I told how they relate to each other.
Not really. You took
T-
time to say that F was named F after Fisher with
Cochrane
Z and
named
Cochrane
F
and yeah.
Yeah. So the way I think about the things that we use them for, like Z is a test of a parameter in the numerator relative to some known distribution, some known measure of variability in the denominator. T says, but we don't usually know that information, becomes a T. Chi-square, it's so much fun to play with these because chi-square for 1 degree of freedom is just a squared Z, but chi-square has many degrees of freedom, and so the sum of 2 squared Z's or 3 squared Z's or 4 squared Z's, etc., really does make up the chi-square distribution for however many degrees of freedom you have. And the degrees of freedom specifically in the chi-square refer to that numerator, whereas when we say a T distribution degrees of freedom, we're talking about the information that went into the variability measure in the denominator. And then the F statistic, the way I think about it, is just a ratio of 2 variances. And so you get a numerator measure of degrees of freedom, and you get a denominator measure of degrees of freedom. And so that takes the chi-square and introduces uncertainty in the denominator where the chi-square hadn't had that. It had parametric information. And so it's beautiful how all of these things work together, right? That you could get any of these distributions, Z, T, and chi-square, just from the F distribution. It is like the big parent distribution. It's very cool how they all fit together, irrespective of my answer.
Okay, thank you. That is the zombie bitey patient zero.
Yeah.
I mean, they're all related. It's my conspiracy board. Didn't we talk about that in the episode? I don't know if it made post, but it's like in the basement with red yarn, and it's connecting all the distributions together. All right. Well done.
All right. Well, okay.
You recovered well.
Okay. So it is your turn. Are you ready?
I better get a second Guinness. I think that will help.
Drink up, lad. Anything that will help you spew something other than your usual shite. Your topic is eigenvalues and eigenvectors. Go.
Oh, God, in 60 seconds. Okay, eigenvalues are magic. You take a symmetric matrix, a square symmetric matrix. You don't have to, but it's square symmetric, a correlation matrix. And what eigenvalues and eigenvectors do is repackage the variance in that correlation matrix into orthogonal pieces. So the first eigenvalue is the variance of that first composite, and the eigenvectors are the weights that you use to create that composite. And seriously, dude, they're freaking magic. They are literal weights and literal composites. So you have the first one, and then you pull it out of the matrix, you sweep it out, you compute the second one, that's what's left over, the third, the fourth, the fifth. You can have as many eigens as there are variables. They have these magical properties. You add them up, and it's the trace of the matrix. You multiply them, it's the determinant of the matrix. And we use them...
Lucky charms. They're magically delicious.
So how good do you think that answer was?
If you were to grade yourself, I would say it was accurate but incomplete.
Okay. What would you add if we could tolerate you?
God, I feel like I'm in middle school.
Mr. Curran, what would you be adding?
I actually love eigenvalues. I mean, there really is just a magical element to them. So principal components analysis, the variance of the first component is the eigenvalue, and the loadings on that component are rescaled eigenvectors. You orthonormalize them. I mean, they're the cornerstone of almost all multivariate statistics.
Totally.
You and I are both friends with Doug Steinley.
Yeah.
He's at University of Missouri. He just stepped down as editor of Psych Methods, and he and I want to write a paper. We never will, because then we just go do other things, like
But we want to.
inexplicably standing on a sidewalk in Ireland when we have midterms to grade and have no backstory. But to advocate for computing eigenvalues and eigenvectors on a data matrix before you start any analysis. It doesn't even matter what it is, but just to look at the dimensionality in your data. Mm-hmm. What are the eigenvalues and eigenvectors for your set of observed variables, simply as insight into the multivariate structure of your data?
Yeah. If you have 30 variables, but your eigenvalues are trailing off after 4 or 5, that tells you that most of the information contained in your 30 variables worth of data are really only occupying around 5 dimensions. And that's interesting to get a sense of that reduction of information.
Yeah, it's informative.
It's very useful.
Oh, he's getting mad again. Oh, man.
I think everyone here would agree with me. You two genuinely have no clue. I find it shocking, really.
Dude, I'm at a loss. We have never met this guy. Okay, don't you have one left? I think I'm done. Oh, dude, actually, I'm in a much better mood now. You have one left. I don't mean to micromanage, but you could increase your response time a lot if you actually use the first 15 seconds.
Without stories? Okay. All right. I don't know what's going to come out of my mouth. Whatever.
None of us do. Maybe you'll take 15 seconds and describe a taco that you had. Okay. All right. Are you ready?
Stop. You can't just do Inception and now all I can think about is tacos.
Oh, here he goes. Here he goes.
The final topic is indeed for you, whatever your name is. Please, either do a decent job or at least tell us another story to distract us from your otherwise completely baffling ignorance. Your topic is regression to the mean. Begin.
All right, imagine that you have a variable that has a natural distribution to it. It could be the quality of tacos. It could be the quality of podcasts. It could be whatever. And you select an observation from that distribution, and then you administer the measure again. If you selected something that was really, really low, you might expect the score to come up a little bit because it was unusually low to begin with. Or if you selected something that was high, you might expect it to come down because it was unusually improbable when you selected on that. When we select kids who have behavior challenges, we often find that they get a little bit better, whether or not we do anything to them, because we selected them for that extreme. If you listen to our 3 best podcasts and you said, hey, make another episode, in all likelihood, it would be worse because those were unusually good. So regression toward the mean is when you're selecting on a variable that has some kind of natural distribution. Whether
Lucky Charms are magically delicious.
I got tacos in there.
You got tacos? Okay.
There's something there.
That was, I would say, unambiguously the best use of 60 seconds of your 3.
Because the first 2 were so bad, it could only get better.
Oh
my God!
That's it.
Ooh, Inception. Ooh.
So...
Was Liam Neeson in Inception?
I don't know. Does it involve revenge? Because all he does is track people down and kill them. Except for Ted 2. Did you ever see Ted 2?
That was a great cameo. Sir, that was an outstanding cameo that you had in Ted 2.
Don't talk to him. Don't talk to him. If you haven't seen Ted 2, first, it's wildly inappropriate, and we're just going to tell you that now.
Yeah.
2, it is laugh out loud funny. And 3, Liam Neeson has a hilarious cameo in there where he's buying a box of cereal.
Yeah.
And he's totally in character.
I'd like to ask a few questions about this breakfast cereal.
Yeah, box of tricks.
That's right. I've been led to understand that tricks are exclusively for children. Is that correct?
Well, I mean, they say tricks are for kids in the commercials.
And is that enforced by law?
Not to my knowledge, no.
Mr. Schindler?
Would you stop talking to him?
Okay, sorry.
All right, so you had exceptional clock management.
Well, thank you very much.
You had exceptional clock management.
Well, thank you very much.
Notice I didn't comment on content.
Yeah, whatever. But regression to the mean, I mean, it's a real thing when we have variables that have measurement error or we are selecting groups. And we do that all the time when we say, oh, these kids really need some extra assistance. Then if we don't have a study that's designed appropriately with a control group to try to sort out whether or not one of those groups is just performing better the next time around because their initial performance was in its own right exceptional. This is something that happens in sports, for example. You know, you say the rookie of the year, oh my gosh, this rookie football player ran for 1,800 yards. And then you look at their second year in and they don't do nearly as well. Why? Because that was unusual that first time around when we selected on it. So this time their behavior is much more toward the center of the distribution, whatever it is that we are studying. So regression toward the mean is something that comes up in a lot of different places in research, and people don't always think about that.
Well, they even had a phrase for it of the ESPN curse. Is ESPN had a magazine, and if your face appeared on the cover the following year, you did worse.
You're screwed.
And it's a real thing. Like, they had data to show this, but it's just what you're saying, right?
Yeah.
Is if you have a top rusher in the NFL, a huge part of that is their ability, but there's a small part that's just luck. A missed tackle, a 100-yard punt return.
Yeah.
And if you were to do it over again, is on average, those all even out. And so your performance drops. And indeed, multiple regression, I mean, the term regression came from this.
Yep.
I think this is a clear and present danger in everything that we do.
Yep.
I have to confess, that was the best response of the lot, which is to say, the least bad response. Good for you. Have another Guinness. And Patrick can have one too, if it will keep his mouth from moving.
So we get another Guinness?
Now, before I change my mind,
You know what's really interesting about Guinness? It's actually very low alcohol content.
Really?
Yeah, it's something like 4%, 4.1%. All of these ridiculous American IPAs are 6, 7, 8% alcohol. A pint of Guinness, I think it's like 4.1%.
Isn't it like gravy? I mean, it's so thick.
Hey,
It takes forever to pour one.
hey, I love Guinness.
All right.
All right, so we got to somehow go back to North Carolina and Maryland because we don't have time for a backstory.
oh gentlemen, you're not going anywhere. We are far from done.
Oh, shit.
Part of every good trivia night is a lightning round.
Oh, God.
Brace yourselves.
All right.
Here's what is going to happen. You claim to know so much about statistics and statisticians. Well, I'm going to name a famous statistician, and you're going to tell me what country they were born in.
Oh, God, we're dead.
We got this.
No, we don't. I think everyone is from France because I like going, ho, ho, ho.
Ready? Laplace.
Yes, France.
France. See, I told you we would know these.
Correct. Demoivre.
Okay, wait, dude, no, we ran into trouble with this one before.
Wait,
Was it?
I think it's France.
It wasn't. Oh, I was going to say Sweden. I don't think it's Sweden. Do you think it's France?
I think
okay,
it's
go with France.
All right, France.
Correct.
Woohoo!
Chef A.
Oh, ha, ha, ha.
It's got to be
It
France.
has a little doohickey over the E, right?
That's
okay.
It does have a doohickey.
All right, that's got to be France.
Wrong. United States.
Oh, shit. We should have known that one.
I thought his name was like Henri Chaffee.
Okay,
whatever.
Stay on task. Okay.
Okay, sorry.
Cramer.
Wait, we got burned by the doohickey over the E before.
That does have a doohickey over the E.
Okay.
It still sounds French, though. Cramer.
What's like French adjacent? Belgium? Is that near France?
You want to go?
I don't
No,
think
nothing
it's
is ever
Belgium.
Belgium. Nothing is ever Belgium. So, let's go France.
France.
Wrong. Sweden.
Sweden?
Damn it.
Seriously?
Fine,
Okay.
whatever. All right.
Kettle A.
France. I am going. I don't even care what yours is.
Solid France.
France.
Belgium.
Oh my God.
Wait a minute. I thought nothing was Belgium.
It was Belgium. Dude, you just told me nobody who came
Okay,
from Belgium.
Here we go.
Naaman.
Okay. So his first name was Jersey,
Like,
Jerzy, Jersey. So I want to say Jersey Shore. No, that doesn't sound right. No. But he worked with, it was...
Pearson, right?
Pearson, but his kid.
Egon.
Not
He
the
worked with
old
Egon.
Pearson. Egon.
Okay.
So Egon and Jersey, they have to be English.
okay, let's go England.
England.
Wrong. Poland.
Oh.
Damn it.
Okay.
All right.
Gauss.
All right. I think even the two of us can get this one.
That's Germany.
Germany.
Like, because his face was on German money. That one I know.
Correct. Rao.
Oh, we know Rao. Rao is India.
Rao is India.
Correct.
Okay.
Mahalanobis.
Also.
Yep.
Feeling good about that one.
Okay, India.
Correct.
Yes, good.
Tibshirani.
Okay, go with probability. He's not going to ask 3 Indias in a row because I would want to say India again.
Is this a law of averages thing? Okay.
Look,
solid.
When I don't know something, I turn to probability.
Okay.
I don't know.
Turkey or...
You're just guessing.
I am.
Okay, yes,
I
Turkey.
am.
Turkey.
Wrong. Canada.
God.
Really?
Canada?
Canada? All right.
Okay.
Who's
Sorry.
other
Sorry,
than
neighbors
the
to the
entire
north.
nation of Canada?
Sorry.
Sorry,
Okay.
Andrea Howard. We apologize. Maybe
We
she
love
knew
Andrea
Tib
Howard.
Shirani. Doesn't everybody in Canada know each other? I don't know.
I assume so.
Okay.
Akaike.
Oh, he's Japanese.
Japan.
All right.
Correct. Bernoulli.
Oh, we got burned on this before.
Wait.
Because, well, first they breed like cats.
Aren't there like 8?
So you got to narrow it down. But I got in trouble because, I don't know, I thought they were Italian or something, and then I was very, very wrong. I'm going to let you answer this one.
Yeah, it's like Italy adjacent, like Austria?
Wrong. Switzerland.
Switzerland?
I did not remember that.
Austria?
I went to public school. I'm sorry.
All right.
Cox.
Oh, hey, smart boy, which one? There are 2.
Wait.
You're 6'12" so far. Don't get cheeky with me.
Oh, I should not have called him smart boy.
Gertrude Cox.
Oh, Gertrude Cox. Dude, I know this one because Gertrude Cox is freaking awesome. And she was the first female president of American Stat Association. And she was right here in the Triangle in North Carolina. Oh. She is from the great state of Iowa. I know that one.
Okay.
Correct.
All right.
Wald.
Wald.
Oh, like a walled test.
Test. I don't know.
England.
England.
If you don't know, we're going to England.
Yes, England.
Wrong. Romania.
Seriously?
I should have known that one.
You
I'm
should have.
feeling guilty that I didn't know about the Romania one.
Way to let your people down.
Okay.
Bayes.
Oh, he was England.
Clearly.
He was England.
Reverend Thomas
Reverend the
Bayes.
Rev.
The Rev.
The Rev was England. Okay.
Correct. Pearson. Carl.
Oh, come on. England.
England.
Everybody knows
Right, we know
England.
that one.
Correct.
Even though he studied in Germany and changed the first letter of his name, Carl, with a C to make it Carl with a K, he still was English. We know
And
that.
do you know why? In honor of Karl Marx.
Is that true?
That is very true.
Wow. That's a fascinating piece of information
Okay.
here on Trivia Night.
And finally, Gossett.
Woohoo!
Oh.
All right, we're going out on a bang. Everybody's favorite Irishman.
Say it together.
Ireland.
Ireland.
No. Wrong.
What?
Not Ireland. England.
Oh, dude. That's
I-
why he's so mad.
Exactly. Do your homework, gentlemen.
I thought he was Irish.
Gossett worked for Guinness. He lived in Dublin. Hang on a second. I'm going to check on my phone. Oh my God, he was born in Canterbury, England. Didn't we do an entire episode on another St. Patrick's Day where we kept saying he was Irish? That's why he's so pissed.
All right, this is making a lot more sense.
Gossett was not Irish. He was English.
We're so sorry to have dishonored the Irish people.
Oh my God.
All right.
Okay. I like understanding why certain things exist, and now I understand why he wants us dead.
Okay.
And now you will get your pathetic little podcasting arses out of our proud Irish pub. And if you ever confuse the English and Irish again, I will look for you, I will find you, and I will kill you.
I think this is the part where we don't have backstory, but we need to be out of the pub now.
So we got to get back. Okay, wait.
Click your heels
I'm gonna
3 times
No, I'm
or
going to
whatever.
snap my fingers, right? Okay. Oh, it's in North Carolina. Folks, we are so busy. It is the middle of the semester. We're doing job searches. We're doing grad admissions. Both of us just gave huge midterms. And so, yeah, just work with us. That's the backstory. Somehow we got back home.
There you go. And happy St. Patrick's Day to you, Patrick.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for tolerating our silliness today.
Thank you, everybody. We hope you have a lovely day, and we will talk to you next time.
All right, take care. Bye-bye. Thanks so much for joining us. Today's episode has been sponsored by the top 5 statistical things that clearly require the luck of the Irish, as presented by our very own Liam Neeson.
I am not your very own Liam Neeson. I'm just waiting to hear back from my TED 3 audition.
Oh, okay, sorry. Here we go. The top 5 statistical things that clearly require the luck of the Irish. Number 5.
A study whose results actually replicate.
Number 4.
When reviewer 2 does not suggest that you add any citations to their work.
Number 3.
Missing data that are actually missing completely at random. I wonder if the data were taken completely at random. See what I did there?
Very nice, sir. Number 2.
Code that actually runs perfectly when you run it as part of a demonstration while you're giving a live lecture.
And the number 1 statistical thing that requires the luck of the Irish.
For the ending of a Quantitude episode to come sooner rather than later.
Be sure to tell your friends to subscribe to Quantitude on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever they go for things that are trivial. You can follow us on X, Blue Sky, or Instagram, where we are at QuantitudePod, and visit our website, quantitudepod.org, where you can leave us a message, find organized playlists, show notes, syllabi, and other fun stuff. Finally, get cool Quantitude merch like t-shirts, mugs, stickers, and spiral notebooks from redbubble.com, where all proceeds from non-bootleg authorized Quantitude Pod merch go to donorschoose.org to help support low-income schools. You have been listening to Quantitude, the podcast that always has a statistically significant amount of blarney.
Well, I'll drink to that.
Lucky Charms, they're magically delicious.